Good day, everyone. Welcome to class. I am glad to know you are following us on this YouTube channel. So far so good, we've been able to cover. So far so good, we've been able to cover indices to a particular extent, and we gave practice questions in the last video, and I could remember that we said it and we stressed the fact that you, our subscriber and follower, need to solve those questions so that we can know how far you understand what we are doing so far. So please, if you have not done it, before you go through this video, make sure that you do it because it's important. If you go through this video without solving the practice question, you yourself will not be able to know how far you have gone with your knowledge in indices. So that is why I will please encourage you to please make sure that you solve the practice questions before you come to this particular video. Thank you very much. Now today we are going to do solutions to the practice questions that we asked. So these are the questions on the board. Number 1, A, B, C, D, E, and F. These are the questions. So let us quickly go through the questions. Number 1. 5x all into raised by 3 divided by 25 x raised to power 6 while into 1 raised to power 1 over 2. Alright, this is the question. Now let's quickly solve. Don't forget I told you that we are going to be using laws of indices. This one is still the same, so you have 5. Oh, sorry, the question is not correct, permit me. The question is 5 into this. This is the question. So, if you remember the product power law, product power law, where we said if two numbers share a power outside the bracket, if you remember, we said both of them owns the power, and so we make sure that both of them carry the power. So that's what we are going to do here. So that's going to be 5 raised to power 3, x raised to power 3, divided, we can put multiplication here, divided by the same thing applicable to this. So 25 raised to power half times x raised to power 6 into the power of half. So this is what the law says. So if this is understood, then we can now say 5 cubed, that's 5 times 5 times 5, that's 125 multiplied by x cubed divided by, you remember, we said power, we said square root law, square root power law. That's what we're going to use here for this one. So that would be the square root of 25, then this will now be times x raised to power 6 times 1 over 2. I think we still remember this law. So that's what we are going to use here. Now, we said 25 times 3 gives us 125 cubed divided by 5x cubed. Now, we can do it two ways. The first way is let the number divide each other, then use the base. That's 125 divided by 5. Then you have s cubed minus 3 because of the division. So you have 125 divided by 5 give you 25, x raised to power 0, and of course, you remember the law of zero index. So which says anything raised to power 0 is going to be 1. That would be 25 times 1, and one side is 25. Now that's B. AL squared divided by 9x squared divided by 81x raised to the power of 5. So, when you look at this now, of course we can have 3, 9. Let's see. 9, 3, 3, 1. So that's 3 raised to the power 2 for 9. Then x raised to the power 2 divided by let's do for 81. 81, 3, 8 plus 2, remaining 2 in 21, 7, 3 in 27, 9, 3 in 9, 3, 3 in 3, 1. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 raised to the power of 4, x raised to the power of 5. Good. Then you can now use the law, division law. Common base, subtract. 3 raised to the power 2 minus 4. Then times x raised to the power 2 minus 5. That's division law. So you now have it to be 3 raised to the power minus 2 times x raised to the power minus 3. So you see, remember the law of negative index. When we have law of negative index, this will be 1 over 3 raised to the power 2 times 1 over x raised to the power of 3. So this will now give us 1 over 9 times 1 over x raised to the power of 3. So you now have it to be 1 divided by 9x raised to the power of 3. So we can choose to write this as our negative index, which will be 9 raised to the power of x raised to the power of minus 3. This is what our answer will be. Good. Now number C. 2a cubed into the power of 2 times 4a raised to the power of 6 minus 2. Yeah. This law, you remember that we said when you have two numbers and they are now close by a bracket and the power is outside the bracket, we said both numbers share the power. So what we mean now by that is that this will now be 2 squared a3 times 2 times 4 raised to the power minus 2 a6 into minus 2. So this will now give us 2 squared is 4 a raised to the power 3 times 2 6 times. When we use law of indices for this, we know this will be, okay, let's not use law of indices now. Let's use what is there. Then times a raised to the power minus 12. Good. Now this will be 4 common base raised to the power 1. We are multiplying because of multiplication, so we add the power minus 2 times a raised to the power of 6 plus minus 12. So this will give us 4, 1 plus times minus gives us minus 2. Then a 6 plus times minus gives us minus 12. Then this will give us 4 raised to the power of minus 1 times a raised to the power of minus 6. So this will be 1 over 4 times 1 raised to the power 1 over 6 raised to the power 6. Sorry, 1 over a raised to the power 6. Then this will give us 1 times this 1 over 4a raised to the power of 6. Then this will be 4a raised to the power of minus 6. This is the answer. Raised to the power 3 over 4 times 4 raised to the power half over 8 raised to the power 5 over 3. The very first thing is, if you remember the law of fraction index. Yeah, the law of fraction index. That's what we are going to use for everything. The law of fraction index for 60, you remember the law of fraction index. So if you have x 1 over 3, then that will be the cube root of x, then that will raised to the power of 1. Yeah, that is the law of fraction index. Fraction index to solve this question now. So this will become the fourth root of 16 to the power of 3 times the square root of 4 over the cube root of 8 raised to the power of 5. So, what is the fourth root of 16? That means which number are we going to multiply 4 times that will give us 16? Of course, that is 2 raised to the power of 3 times the square root of 4. That's 2 times 2, which is 4. That's 2 over what's the cube root of 8? The number that will multiply 3 times that will give us 8. That's 2 raised to the power of 5. So we can now use law of indices again, multiplication of common base. Of course, we know this over 1. So the common base will pick 1, 2 raised to the power 3 plus 1 over 2 raised to the power of 5. And this will give us 2 raised to the power of 4 over 2 raised to the power of 5. Use division law of indices. Divide common base. You pick 1, 2, 4. You subtract the base. 5. So your answer is 2 raised to the power minus 1, which is 1 over 2. Good. Now, E. E now, you have 2y raised to the power 0 times 3y squared minus 3 times 7 raised to the power of 0. E. So this is the E question. So, this is how to solve this. We have 2 times y raised to the power of 0 multiplied by, this is 3 raised to the power minus 3 multiplied by y raised to the power of 2 times minus 3 multiplied by 7 raised to the power 0. Okay, this is 2 y raised to the power of 0 times 3 minus 3 y raised to the power of minus 6. Then 7 raised to the power of 0 is 1. Okay, now we have common y. We have y. So we can now say 2 multiplied by 3 raised to the power minus 3, then common base, y raised to the power of 0, plus, because of the multiplication, minus 6. Alright, plus 1. So this will be 3, this will be 2 times 1 over 9, then y raised to the power of minus 6 times 1. Sorry, this times 1. Then you now have 2 over 9 y raised to the power minus 6. This is our answer. Let's take the last question before we call it a day. The last question, which is F, says 16 over 25 all into 1.5. The very first thing we do is to convert this to fraction. So that will be 16 over 25 raised to the power of 15 over 10, which will give us 16 over 25 raised to the power of 2, 5 here 1, 5 here 2, 5 here 3, 5 here 2. So that will give us 3 to the power of 2. Then that is 16 over 25. Of course, we know it's going to be the square root of this all into power of 3. The square root of 16 is 4. 5 square root of 25 is 5. All raised to the power of 3. That's 4 times 4 cubed over 5 cubed. So that will be 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4 is 24. Keep 2, 64. 64 over, of course, 5 squared is 25. 25 times 5, that's 5 times 5, that's 25. 5 keep 2, 10, 125. So this is our final answer. If you have gone through the solutions to the practice question before coming to the solutions, anyone that you are wrong, anywhere you made mistake, you can equally figure it out by yourself, and you know how they are being done. By the time you look at it, you can pick out your mistakes. If you need any clarification, you can go to the comment section, make your comment. Please, before I leave, I would like you to please make your comment. If you enjoyed the video, like the video, and if you have not subscribed, I beg you, please subscribe. It's very important. Then after subscription, turn on the notification button so that whenever we drop any tutorial or any content, you can be able to see it. Thank you very much. Before I go, I want you to know that success does not come easily sought, nor do life things come without discipline and hard work. He who must run fast must not wear thorns on his feet. Thank you. See you in the next class.